Willkommen, benvindo, and welcome to Celeritas. Dawidek pops in our first fastest lap, followed by JXW, and Gwyneth comes in second place, nearly half a second behind Dawidek, but a good first banker. I'm anticipating the lap times to tumble pretty quickly. Thod has put in a second place. FedEx runner showing good strength. Jesse has just put in pole. Stefano into sector 2 now. Oh, a big sideways moment on traction. That's never going to help. You have Shenda putting in a very, very competitive time on the medium tyres. So where does this see Beetle? Beetle pops in 5th place. Some very, very close times. A good performance. That's a great banker for him. And Shenda is ready to go. Lots of talk in the Discord about how much of a threat Shenda can be when he doesn't have a mechanical on the first lap, as in the shakedown event, sadly. Very smooth, very tight, really good grip there coming out of Cover del Sol. Screaming up the back straight. This is very, very neat and tidy. Nothing spectacular, but we don't want spectacular for a fast lap. Through Ferradura, holding 6th gear there. Minor little adjustment, but yeah, a very nice rhythm. Very good times for him so far. There's a lot of cars on track, but they're all being very generous with getting out of his way. This is smooth. This is very, very nice sector 2 time. Let's see if he can get that traction and maintain that 6/10 of an improvement. That will see him tumble down the times. Can he get closer to the front with Shenda coming up the hill? Yes, he does pop in a 2nd place time. Yeah, things are looking really well hooked up for Shenda. I suspect we do have the best setup today. Very smooth, got bags of grip coming in. Maybe a slightly hesitant steering, a little correction onto the final turn. Could be an early 8th gear selection for that little bit more traction. Pops into pole time. Oh, fantastic stuff from Shenda. Checking with Dawidek again. Coming up to strike that. Dawidek is super fast in the AlphaTauri. It did look slightly like he went too fast into the corner and couldn't quite get his foot down when he wanted to there out of the final turn, but hopefully this is good. Dawidek takes 3rd place with a 106.8. I feel there's a little bit more in that final corner for him. Great traction out of the final corner. Shenda looking to try and take pole off Jesse as he screams up the hill. Yes, Shenda takes pole with a 106.5, 0-1. See, what has Jesse got in response? Jesse's under the time in sector 1 as well. Again, back and forth with these guys. Terrific work. But let's stay with Jesse as he tries to respond to Shenda with these tiny differences in time. He's under as well. Traction out of the... Oh, dear me. I do think that's probably ruined the lap for Jesse. Shenda, we'll see if he had enough, but that little overzealous use of the throttle. No, Jesse does take pole. Wow, I can't believe it. Absolutely incredible time and traction out of that final corner. That must be a difference in setup. He went from that slightly difficult take, but that was right at the death of the session. Jesse takes pole from Shenda. As you can see, Jesse takes pole, Shenda in 2nd. I think qualifying with his best time on the softs. FedEx runner and teammate Dawidek in the AlphaTauri behind him. We had a glitch for Dawidek on the formation lap that unfortunately caused an incident with our race leader. 5 lights. It's lights out and go, go, go! Jesse tumbling down the times, but Waitsy and Lightning are right up there in the front. We have an Alfa Romeo taking the inside. Very, very nice move. Everybody, please be patient. No, we've seen one of the Racing Points tumbling down. That is Jesse tumbling down the list. Do we have Waitsy in front at the moment? Shenda has a penalty already. Shenda's on pole. We've got people all over the place going sideways at the start of the race. Let's try and avoid a safety car, everyone. FedEx runner, Waitsy and Shawspent. No, we've got Jesse going super slow. Jesse's car does take one of the drivers out of contention there. The VSC has been enacted. So our current status is Shenda keeping the lead from Waitsy in the Alpha. We have Dawidek pitting early, but we're back to racing again. One Blood here in fourth in the McLaren. Shenda driving around seemingly alone. With Waitsy 3.7 seconds behind him. Your winners out of the first few laps, definitely JXW and Lankavus with 9 places up, as has Cohen from the back. Fastest lap with Waitsy at the moment. Looks like lots of people taking that early pit stop. Shenda's pitted from the lead. Stjårsben coming up behind the Mercedes here. Stjårsben with DRS enabled. It's going to get a double drag, but of course Rafa in front of him has the advantage. I think Shaw's is going to look patiently as Ninja takes that 6th place from Lankavus in the Ferrari. Compromise line for Lankavus. That's going to give the door open to Stjårsben, but he's going to sit there on the outside. Lankavus very fair, not driving him to the outside of the track. Stjårsben taking 1 position, I believe, coming here into Curva del Sol. Yeah, Stjårsben takes that place, as does Rafa. So unfortunately, in the course of 4 corners, Lankavus loses 2 places. Here comes Shaw's with another attack. Rafa takes to the middle of the track, but Stjårsben has got a DRS. I think that's going to be a nice pass on the inside if he can just time his braking in line. Yep, Stjårsben takes back that 6th place again. Apparently Shenda's got a drive-through penalty. Thank you very much, Adam, for spotting that. With Lightning coming up on the inside past the Haas of JXW. A pass on the inside. Is it a small lockup? But yeah, Lightning had the favourable line. Looks to probably get a better traction coming out of Curva del Sol. Yeah, I think that move is going to stick. So, great pass from Lightning for a podium position right now. Your current order on lap 6 is Waitsy, One Blood, Lightning, JXW, Beetle and Shaw. Is Shenda going to be able to do this coming up the hill with Lightning? I think this is looking very, very close. Lightning's going to defend to the inside, it looks like. Squeezing him quite tight against the wall, but just leaving enough of a car space here. He's going to brake early, late. Broke far too late. And Shenda cruising past, taking the normal racing line. So Shenda cautiously taking Lightning, and it proved to be a smart decision. Beetle, though, coming back up behind JXW. DRS is open. JXW feints a small defence, but gives room again. Very good driving from both drivers, staying side by side there through that turn 4. Super close, piling the pressure on JXW. Oh, very, very late on the brakes. He just saved it. We've got a Ferrari coming up on the outside. I don't think he could avoid touching him there. Just not quite leaving enough room, boys. We've seen Lightning losing it on the inside there, but this time he timed it better, but unfortunately the Mercedes did get past. We've got some squirrely work there on the curves. Yeah, I thought perhaps One Blood was shaping to get into the pits, so he's going to try and get that famous underlap from Waitsy. Waitsy knows now it's push time. Looks like he's going to be able to rejoin ahead of Cohen, so One Blood does keep that net first place. I feel One Blood looking to get past Lightning here because he's really holding him up. Lightning does need to cede here. It's a dodgy thing, and One Blood gets a 3-second time penalty, just avoiding a lapped runner. What's it going to take to break the pole sitter curse in Celeritas racing? Okay, Shenda behind Dawidek after his pit stop. Shenda on hards, Shenda going to the end. It's lap 16. We're not halfway yet, but many of the pit stops have already happened. There's Dawidek trying to get past Lightning. I do think several drivers may have a case to plead against Lightning. Don't put your car there. Oh, that's a very brave jump in the gap. Shenda showing no lack of bravery, but we're going to cause incidents. Shenda takes an unconventional attack there into the final corner. Deals with him nice and quickly. That's decisive driving from Shenda, and leaving Dawidek wishing he'd done similarly. Dawidek coming in the pits directly behind Lightning now, and Shenda can get moving up. He gets past Waitsy, who's coming out of the pits. He gets past Shawspin in the pits, and we'll see where those guys come out, but it does look like Waitsy has lost out with that strategy call currently to One Blood with a penalty and hard tyres on, so he can push harder, but Waitsy has Shenda in between him and One Blood. Shenda just took 4th from Cohen, so Shenda on the favourable tyres. Cohen likely didn't need to fight too hard. He's running a different strategy. Dawidek and Storm, our server owners, have found each other on track, so I'm really excited to see how these guys race with each other. They'll know who it is, and they'll be fighting harder than with anyone, I imagine. They wanted to be teammates, but maybe just so they could drive against each other. Okay, so Dawidek tight behind Storm. Storm has pitted, of course, and come out just ahead of Dawidek. Storm looking to make those soft tyres last pretty strong. He himself was saying yesterday on commentary that you can make the tyres last a really healthy long time on this track with some careful driving. So he won't want to fight too hard with Dawidek. Dawidek, that gap just easing out slightly now. Meanwhile, let me remind everyone, at the front, JXW still holding on to a 9+ second lead, but he has yet to pit. Or he's making these hards last a very, very long time. Like Storm has got a good run here on Rafa. Fighting each other right now on equal number of penalties. Storm is going to try and take the inside line. He's going to have to get him on the brakes if he gets him at all. Storm, smooth on those brakes. Takes a little wheel of grass, leaving each other plenty of room. And Rafa, a fair drive from Rafa, giving enough space. Maybe thinking I'm going to get him on the next straight. He does come back at him. Rafa coming up the inside of Storm. Storm gives him just the same amount of space, puts himself on the outside. Storm goes, keeps the place on the outside of the track. Rafa, it's a little touch, but that was just a little touch between friends. No harm, no foul. Storm keeps that 7th place, and Dawidek watches on. JXW now pits from the lead. We'll check in with him shortly and see where he comes out, but it will be probably somewhere around these drivers anyway. Here comes Dawidek on Rafa. He's got a really strong drive coming out of the final turn. Takes to the inside, Rafa sticks to the outside line. Small adjustment on the steering wheel while overtaking. That was cool as you like, and a little lock up, but keeps that place. Dawidek's got a nice strong drive again out of this final corner. Looks to have his setup favouring top speed. Storm, a little weave, letting him know, I know you're there, Dawidek. I know you're there. You're not going to catch me by surprise. Dawidek just nice and easy through that turn. Those little adjustments really seem to help him through the centre S's. Comes to the inside, leaves it very late to break out from behind, but very, very smooth and a nice, simple overtake. He had so much overspeed, he was able to resume his normal line without problem. So good drive from Dawidek, and Storm's going to have to redouble his efforts to keep up with him, it looks like. And behind Rafa is Cohen in the Williams, and very, very close. So it looks like Cohen's going to be attempting an overtake very, very soon. What have you got here, Cohen, in terms of traction? You've got a very good car for traction. So I think Cohen and Rafa are going to be side by side over the start-finish line. Takes to the outside, does Cohen. Rafa defending to the inside. It's clumsy from both of them into the first turn, but Rafa does keep that place. JXW came out of the pits and has rejoined in 4th place without penalty. Shenda's just taken the lead. I had a feeling he was getting very close. So Shenda's just taken the lead from OneBlood. OneBlood trying to fight back, but Shenda, a nice smooth overtake. Yeah, Shenda takes the lead. This is a pretty remarkable drive. Remember that Shenda has served a drive-through penalty as well. So he's on hard tyres, he's got tyres to the end of the race, and he's actually caught after a drive-through. Is he that much better than everybody else? Split of team standings. There's no clear outright team winner at the moment. Gliders Group puts in another fastest lap, it looks like, so driving aggressively. I think this might be the chance here for JXW. Brings up the inside. It was a mistake coming out of the final turn for OneBlood. JXW locks up on the way in, but that's fast enough, it's clear enough to take that 2nd place on the track. His next target, of course, is the hard-tired Shod Shenda. So we'll see how he gets through there. I don't think that OneBlood's going to be able to fight back. I think his tyres haven't got the response. Back down in the bottom of the points order, points paying positions, Cohen is catching Storm, and Storm has let Dawidek get away a little bit now. 2 seconds the gap ahead of Storm, and only 3/10 here for Cohen. Strong, experienced drivers here, Cohen, Storm and Dawidek. Cohen coming up the inside here of Storm, and it looks like he's got enough overspeed. They are side by side. No, Storm decided, I'm going to take a slightly late braking and go around the outside of you. Cohen thinking, no, I'm going to come back again at you with the DRS. Gets the inside. I fear this is the end of this battle now. Cohen smoothly and controlled takes that place, moving him up to 8th on track, but of course he's going to be dropping down the field if he can't make up some pretty rapid progress over the next 2 laps. So Shenda on his penultimate lap at the moment. We just picked up another penalty for somebody, but Shenda driving without penalty, so is Dawidek, Lankavas, Rob and Lightning. As we come up to start the final lap, it looks to be something that didn't happen in real life, but a potential win in F1 2020 in a Ferrari for Shenda. Shenda just managing all the temperatures, keeping an eye on all the measurements he can keep an eye on. His fuel, his tyre deg, engine. This really, I hope, makes up for the mechanical he had last week, showing that he's really got some serious pace. Shenda has just popped in the fastest lap. It's tight, someone could take this back, but Shenda on the penultimate lap has just taken the fastest lap of the race. So really, in hard tyres, in old aging hard tyres, he's got enough left, enough raw pace to take that fastest lap. He's coming up to the end of the lap now. Shenda, as I've said before, putting down a marker to the rest of the field. Crowd on their feet. Shenda coming up to the end, and Shenda takes your Brazilian Grand Prix race win. Round 1 goes to Shenda. Behind him, JXW, strong race in the Haas in 2nd place. OneBlood in 3rd on the track, and Waitsy crosses the line in 4th. I feel we may have a difference there with the penalties. Shawspun in 5th. Beetle takes 6th place. Dawidek takes back that 6th place, of course, with the penalty delta. Beetle drops to 7th. We have Storm coming in 8th place. Cohen in 9th on track, and Rafa in 10th with the final point. Driver of the day goes to JXW. So yeah, tremendous pace. I don't know if Shenda was driving angry. Well, Shenda lifts the trophy for Ferrari. On 2-stop, Soft hard was Shenda. JXW in the opposite strategy. One Blood, Waitsy, Shawspun, Dowdek, Beetle, Storm, Cohen, Rafa, Lankabus outside the top 10, then by Hierko, Rob, Thod, Glider Scoop, Lightning, Quinith, last week's very strong racer Quinith there, coming in 17th, Jesse in 18th, retired mid-race or very close to the start, our pole sitter yet again, and then DNF was Stefano and FedEx runner. JXW started 14th. He's a happy driver. We'll see you next, of course, on the next race day.